Hi, I'm Con Browning with Volhard Dog Nutrition, and today we're going to be discussing the U.S. Canine Biathlon, which takes place May 21st through 22nd in Anniston, Alabama. Joining me is Miss Jan Floyd. Miss Floyd is a member of our Volhard Dog Nutrition race team. Miss Floyd, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your morning to be able to meet with me. So, to kick things off, I would like to go ahead and ask you, so what's your age and location?
I am 70 years old for 3 more weeks, then I'll turn 71. I live in Oxford, North Carolina, which is about 35 to 40 miles north of Raleigh.
Wow. Okay. Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
I think that it's really important to be able to discuss age when it comes to things like a biathlon. An age can't stop you from being able to participate in a race. And I see your post and your content a lot in the group, and you are doing great things. Great things. So,
I'm trying to keep up with my adolescent Labrador.
so have you participated in a biathlon or a race of any type before?
No, I have never been in any kind of fun day race or competition or anything, and I don't run. I walk. The only thing I've done movement wise has been a turkey trot with my dogs a
Okay.
couple of years ago when I had my old pack. Well, I think Jedi has joined me in the turkey trot, but then COVID hit, and so the group turkey trots over Thanksgiving kind of ceased. So the walking I've done since then have been virtual 5Ks and just on my own.
Yeah. Well, it definitely sounds like you are staying very active and busy on, kind of leading up to the race and especially virtually and things of that nature. So, what keeps you motivated?
The desire to fulfill the needs of my dog.
Okay.
He's just the most energetic and enthusiastic animal I've ever had. All my other dogs have been very content just to lay around the fire,
Yeah.
and Jedi wants to keep moving. As I was aging, I thought, well, I need to get a dog I can train to be mobility assistance for me. And his idea of mobility assistance is to keep me going.
Oh, nice. Well, I mean, that's great.
Yes,
Uh,
it is.
so, how did you come up with the name Jedi?
Uh, well, it was a special kind of situation where I was thinking I didn't really care what color Labrador I was going to get whenever I went to pick up my puppy. But so I had kind of come up with a couple of names. If it had been a yellow lab, it was going to be Sunshine because I love sunny weather.
Don't we
not this
all?
cold,
Don't we all?
not this cold stuff we're having right now in North Carolina. Uh, but if it was going to be a black lab, I was going to name him Jedi. And the name had just kind of come to me. So I wanted to figure out why the name was important. And so I started the inevitable Google search about what does Jedi mean. And I came across the Jedi code from the Star Wars movie.
Hmm.
And it says that the Jedi code, or part of it, is they are guardians of balance. Well, since I
Nice.
was going to train him for my vertigo to be my balance assistance dog, it said, well, that's why that name must have come to me. So it wasn't planned, but it just happened to fit.
Yeah. All right. So, are you a Star Wars fan by chance?
Not especially. I mean, I saw the original and I might have seen a couple more of them, but I don't have a lot of Star Wars stuff around the house or anything like that.
Oh,
So
okay.
Jedi is my my Star Wars memorabilia.
Nice, nice. I love it. And so, as you are going into this race, what are you looking forward to?
Spending time with my dog, getting to meet the other participants on the team. It's been fun to virtually talk to some of them, but nothing beats face-to-face contact. So
Yeah,
really just meeting the rest of the team and seeing people from all over the United States and probably from the world too, who are competing and just having fun with their dogs.
yeah. Have you checked out the US Canine Biathlon website?
Oh yes. Hmm.
Yeah, they have this really, nice video loop of all the events, but also notice that a lot of people actually camp out and things of that
Hmm.
nature. So that's always interesting.
Yeah,
Definitely a lot of camaraderie is going to happen. That's a good thing.
definitely.
With Jedi, give me a little bit of backstory on him.
That's a very special story. Since I was anticipating getting a special dog to be trained for an assistance dog, um, I know one of our other biathlon team members, Leslie Horton, is a specialist in assistance dogs. So I contacted her. She and I had met through seminars previously, and I said, recommend a breeder. And she wanted to know what breed I was looking for, and I said probably a Labrador. She recommended Jane Kelso. I also talked to Wendy Volhard because I've been a long time Volhard feeder and I had met Wendy at her healthy dog workshops. And I said, I'm looking for a very special dog that I can train to be an assistance dog for me. I want one with strong and one that's healthy. Who should I go to? She said, Jane Kelso. Well, my two experts recommended the same one, so my search was over.
That's awesome.
I contacted Jane, and she was going to have a litter in September, and so when the litter was about 3 weeks old, a friend and I went up and actually saw the puppies. And I sat on the floor in the pen with some of them. I don't know which ones crawled all over me. Maybe Jedi was, maybe not.
Yeah,
But met the dogs. They were all so wonderfully happy and healthy looking. And they're all Volhard fed dogs. Jane's a Volhard breeder, longtime Volhard
great.
breeder. So I knew that the health was going to be there.
Yeah.
Um, all the dogs are all of her dogs are health tested, and all of the sires that she chooses are also health tested. So
Oh,
I knew
wow.
I was
Great.
getting quality, and I knew
Hmm.
the nutrition was there because I was going to feed Volhard.
Hmm.
So when it came time to pick the dog, Wendy Volhard actually does the temperament test for all of Jane's puppies. And she invited me to come up on the day they do the temperament test on the 49th day, because that's the beginning of the go home period.
Yeah.
And so I did, and I was watching her do the temperament test. And of course, Wendy has not had any interaction with the puppies. And at this time, other than that time at when they were about 3 weeks old, I had no interaction with the puppies. Wendy was going to help me pick the right dog for me. So as she's doing the puppy temperament test, I think it was black male number 3 was brought in to Wendy, and Wendy was beginning the assessment, and black male number 3 was not interested in Wendy, kept leaving the circle where she was working. And he would always come and he would sit under the stool that I was sitting on. After he had been retrieved 2 or 3 times and taken back to the assessment, Wendy looked at me and said, Jan, that's your dog. He's picked you.
Yeah. I was about to say, you didn't pick him. He picked you.
No, he picked me.
Yeah.
So that's the backstory on my dog. He's Volhard bred. He's been Volhard fed from conception.
That's awesome. And you said that he was 4, is that correct?
He is 3 years old. He
3
was
years old.
3 years old in September.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. And so what do you think are the best qualities or attributes that Jedi is going to bring to the race?
Uh, his athleticism and his enthusiasm. He's going to pull me through that 4+ miles,
I just had
regardless
a
of
great visual. Woo!
yeah, regardless of what physical state I am in, he's going to drag me through the race. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I go on my morning walk, I need to be just drugged through that too. So,
Mm-hmm.
and what do you think is going to be something that Jedi is going to struggle with during the race?
His biggest challenge is probably going to be dealing with my lack of ability to keep up with him.
Okay.
Because he wants to be in front. I mean, if he were a sled dog, he'd be the lead dog on pulling the sled.
Yeah.
So he's going to struggle with kind of maintaining my pace. But together we're working on a system to where, with the bungee leash, where he can tell when the pressure's beginning to tighten, he knows he's almost at the extent of how far he can pull, and without harming or hurting me. So we're
Yeah.
working on that, and I'm getting faster, and he's slowing down. So
Well, that's perfect. I mean, that's a good, ratio to be in. If he's
yeah,
slowing
we're
down,
getting
you're getting
close.
pretty soon, you're not even going to need the bungee portion. You're just going to be
There
like,
you
come
go.
on, Jedi, let's
Let's
go.
go. He
So,
would love that. Slow down going downhill, but pull me up the hill. Yes.
right. And so what made you choose to join the Volhard race team?
I thought Jennifer Carter was actually kidding when she sent out the email that said everyone is invited, young and old, grandmas, grandpas, young children, dogs, without dogs, anybody can participate. And I thought, oh my, she's got to be kidding. I've never done anything like this before in my life. And I wrote her back and I said, really, grandmas can do this? She assured me, yes, that we're not participating in the competitive race. So if there's a challenge or an obstacle that I cannot do, I can walk past it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to run. I can walk the course, so that there's really no reason that I shouldn't. And so I said, well, I'll think about it. And I took another week and looked at all the videos on the website. Some of them scared the heck out of me.
Yeah.
Especially the one where you pick up the dog and carry it over, and balance walking over a log. Well, I can't even walk over the log without carrying Jedi, and picking up an 80-pound Labrador just isn't going to happen. But so that may be one I have to bypass. But just the thought of being able to experience these things, I think we're going to be just a laughing pair, because he is so jolly anyway and enthusiastic, and I can't help but laugh at my own incapacities. So together we ought to be the comic relief for the team.
Well, I think you are going to have so much fun. That's all I hear from everybody that's participated in it, is like, this is just like so much fun. And I know
Yeah.
when you look at the videos and it's like, oh my gosh, this is pretty intense.
Mhm.
But like you said, and I'm glad that you brought that up. If there's something that's outside of your abilities, to be able to go through the race, hey, it's no harm, no foul to just walk around that section and
Keep
toodaloo.
going.
Exactly. So, I know you said that Jedi has been fed Volhard dog nutrition from conception until now, which is amazing. That's really good, and that's going to help him live a long, fulfilling life, and that's awesome. What is your favorite product, your favorite Volhard product?
It's hard to pick just one, because I have, over the years with previous dogs and now Jedi, I have fed the AM PM formula, and Jedi is eating the NDF2. Um, I also use the B complex and the krill oil supplements. with Jedi. And recently, Jedi had a period of time that I talked with Jen about where he wasn't wanting to eat in, hit the fish part of the protein rotation. She suggested the liver tonic and the gut soothe from Adored Beast. So I've tried that. Now he's back to eating anything and everything and just going to town on it. So primarily it's the 80/20 ground beef. And then once a week he gets an alternate protein,
Okay.
either salmon or mackerel or cottage cheese. Those are the three I usually use for to
Nice.
alternate. Mhm.
So, do you have any type of special recipes that you like to prepare for Jedi as like a treat?
I haven't prepared any of the recipes. I have often thought about trying the breakfast bars, particularly on race day, maybe as a pre-race treat for him.
Hmm.
Um, Now he really loves the freeze-dried liver treats
Oh
from
yeah.
from Volhard as well, and they're single ingredient, so there's no harm, no foul, nothing in there that would
Yeah.
hurt the dog. So he has really enjoyed the liver treats. We're taking classes now, both in agility and obedience, and we've done a tracking workshop and different things like that. Just trying to find out other things we can do together to
Hmm.
build our teamwork. And so he's been enjoying the freeze dried and dehydrated treats a lot.
Yeah. I don't know many dogs that just cannot get enough of those liver treats. That is like,
Absolutely.
what would you say to someone who is on the fence about using Volhard products?
Whenever I talk to people about Voltard, I tell them my original story with Volhard Dog Nutrition. Um, it's a very compelling story. I had a brindle boxer at age 9 who had always been kibble fed up until age 9. I got introduced to Volhard and was on the fence about it, but I said, well, let me try the endurance and put that on the kibble. And all 4 of the dogs that I had did extremely well with the endurance. Then my boxer at age 9 um, had cancer. The
Oh,
cancer was removed, um, but the pathology report was extremely grim.
hmm.
And it said it was a type of cancer that did not respond to chemo or radiation, and that's the only way I knew that you treated cancer. Um, and so I'm going, okay, what do I do? Again, in doing some research myself, as well as on Volhard Dog Nutrition group page, the suggestion was put him on the Volhard AM or put her on the AM PM diet. And I said, well, it can't hurt.
Hmm.
So I put Princess, my boxer, on the AM PM diet, and she did extremely well. I eventually got the other 3 on the AM PM diet because they were all geriatric dogs by this age,
Okay.
by this time anyway. So I didn't even try the NDF2 with them. I went straight to the AM PM. But long story short, my dog Princess did not have a second occurrence of cancer, and she lived 6
Wow.
years cancer free. She died at age 15 years and 3 weeks. Um,
Wow. That's
my
huge.
yes, my vet said she had never in her practice ever treated a boxer that lived past age 12, much
Wow.
less one that lived cancer free after having an aggressive form of cancer.
Wow.
So that was the selling point right there. I got 6 years, additional years
Yeah.
with my boxer.
Well, that is beautiful. That really is beautiful. Um, so a lot of people don't realize if you look on the back of these high quality kibble bags, you will notice that, a lot of the ingredients that they say on the front of the bag, there's something that's called that salt divide.
Oh, yes.
And
Mhm.
right there, because
Yes.
there has to be less than 1% salt content in the food. And so
Mhm.
anything that's after that, obviously, is less than 1%.
Is minuscule.
Right.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
so, those items that you see on the front, all these healthy items that's in
Mhm.
this food that can like sit on the shelf for, a few years, is like after the salt. And it's like, well, what's before that? Just
Mhm.
weird byproducts. And anyway.
But the carb content of all the kibbles is just so high,
Mhm.
and if you're fighting cancer, cancer cells thrive on carbohydrates. So if you don't feed them carbs, the cells can't grow. That's the only rationale I have for Princess living to be 15 years and 3 weeks.
And I
Absolutely.
want to thank you so much for taking your time today to be able to meet with me. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Okay.
Thank you. We sure will. I think Jedi and I are going to head out for a walk now. He's been patiently, sort of patiently waiting for me to get through with the computer work today.